welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week on a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And again, I am sorry that I'm on my floor once again, but it is still raining outside here, and like I said in my last video, the lighting just isn't great in this room. There's no sunlight, so this is just the best place to do this. So today I wanted to share my current Disney favorites. So as you guys know, I love Disney. I'm obsessed. We go all the time. We are lucky enough to live close enough to Orlando, and Matt's sister also lives in Orlando that we are able to go down often. So I wanted to kind of share my current favorites with you guys in case you're planning a trip to Disney or you just love Disney like I do. I didn't include any Disney favorites in my last favorites video because I knew I was doing this. So yeah, I just want to share those with you today. So I have a few categories. The first one is going to be rides. I picked 2 rides from every park because there are just too many good rides to only pick like 3 rides total. So I picked a couple from each park. So first at Magic Kingdom, these were really hard because I love so many rides at Magic Kingdom, but I think right now my favorites are definitely Space Mountain. Space Mountain's always a classic for me. If you love a coaster, this is a great one. It's in the dark, which is fun, and it's just a good coaster. We always enjoy doing that one. We were lucky enough last time to grab a fast pass for it, which is always a great way to go on Space Mountain because the line does tend to get long, because it is one of the most thrilling rides on property in my opinion. So it's definitely a good one, and if you're in Magic Kingdom, definitely one to try out if you love coasters. And then my second one right now it might seem surprising, but it's actually the People Mover. I love the People Mover, and my husband loves the People Mover too. We go on it every single time we're in Disney. It's a great way to kind of see Future World. I love to see the Tron construction right now because Tron's getting built back there behind Space Mountain sort of, and like behind the Tomorrowland Speedway. And so it's fun to go up there and kind of see the construction. We first got our annual passes in October, and since then it's just like got crazy. So we always like to go up there. The line's never super long, and it's just a fun, easy ride, kind of like pass some time in between fast passes, or maybe, you know, you just ate and you just kind of want to like get some cool air because it does have a nice breeze up there, and you go in and out of air conditioning. And just kind of like see Tomorrowland for a little bit. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites right now. I have a bunch at Magic Kingdom though. Like we always go on Haunted Mansion and Pirates. Those are some of our other favorites. Jungle Cruise. There's just like, it's hard to pick favorites in Magic Kingdom. So that one was hard for me. Animal Kingdom was also super hard for me because there are so many good rides at Animal Kingdom too. I think people underestimate Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is probably one of my favorite parks behind Magic Kingdom. I love Animal Kingdom. It's such a big park. There's so much to do, so much good food. Seeing the animals is always fun. So I personally love Animal Kingdom. And right now my favorite rides are Everest. If you can't tell, me and my husband love roller coasters. Everest is probably my favorite on property, to be honest. It's so much fun. We love it. Again, if you can get a fast pass to avoid that line, always a good idea, but they are hard to come by. And we just love that one. It's so much fun. And yeah, I don't have much else to say about Everest. It's just a great coaster. It's so much fun. And then my second one right now, this one is hard for me because once again, there's so many good rides. And this one comes with a caveat. My other favorite right now is Avatar Flight of Passage, but only if you can get a fast pass or wait under an hour and a half, which might be impossible, but it's such a cool ride, and I love the ride vehicle and I love the ride itself. It's so much fun, and it's like nothing else I've ever experienced. It's so beautiful. It's thrilling, but it's such a beautiful ride, but it's not worth, like when we were there in, I want to say it must have been December, because obviously that's a busy time in the park, but when we were there, it wasn't like a 4 or 5 hour wait. That's your whole day to wait in line for one ride, and it is not worth that amount of time. I would max wait 2 hours max. Even then, that's pushing it for me. Like, that's a long wait for a single ride, in my opinion. There are other great rides in Animal Kingdom, and yes, this is one of my favorites, and yes, it is such a beautiful and amazing ride. It's so different, but it's not worth that long, especially because once you kind of get through the line, you have to wait even longer inside to like get sorted and like be made into your avatar or whatever. You're doing those things for at least like 5 more minutes before you even get on the ride vehicle and go on the ride. So it's just a long experience in general. So I just think waiting 4 or 5, even 3 hours is too much for that ride, but it is one of my favorites with all that being said. So if you get a chance, if you can snag a fast pass, it's a lot of fun, and I would say do it. Okay, Epcot. There aren't too many rides at Epcot, but I do have a couple favorites. First one is Test Track. Again, it's a thrill ride, super fun. Me and my husband always love to compete. So whenever we have someone else there with us, we always like to try to make the best car and win in the car because, you know, we want to win. We're going to be number one. So we're just super competitive people. I don't know. So that one's always fun because it's got that little competitive nature, but it's also just like a fun ride. You go fast. It's a classic. I always love Test Tracks. We always try to go on that one as well. Again, if you can get a fast pass, even better. But it is a lot of fun. And then my other favorite might sound silly, but we love the Grand Fiesta Tour. So this is a little dark boat ride in the Mexico Pavilion, inside the actual like temple that is in the Mexico Pavilion, and it's such a cute ride. It's so much fun. You kind of follow Donald Duck as he runs away from his friends in Mexico. There's not really a concept other than that, but it's so much fun. It's such a great way to kind of get out of the heat and go on a cute little ride. We really enjoy it. We go on it almost every time because it's one of the shortest waits in the park, and it's always a fun ride, so we really enjoy that one. All right, and then lastly is Hollywood Studios. So this one was hard too because there's a couple new rides I haven't been on yet. And one of them is the new Star Wars ride, the Rise of Resistance ride. And I've heard so many amazing things. We just haven't had a chance to go on it. And then I know Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad just opened up, and I'm really excited about that ride too. But we just haven't been down since those things opened. Obviously, Mickey and Minnie's literally just opened when I'm filming this yesterday. So obviously we didn't get down there. But I do have a couple of favorites there. So my first one, again, is a thrill ride, and it's Rock and Roller Coaster. That one's so much fun. I love the launch. It's just such a fun ride. It's a little bit lighter than Space Mountain, so if you don't like that Space Mountain's fully in the dark, this might be a good one, but it does go upside down, so just be careful of that if you don't like that either. But it's just such a fun ride. It's classic. I love Aerosmith. It's just so much fun. We always try to get a fast pass for that one too. And the tier system in Hollywood Studios did just change, if you weren't aware of that. So it should be easier to get those kind of harder on-demand sort of fast passes because of the way the tier system changed. So that'll be good. But yeah, we just love rocking. It's one of our favorites. And we always try to snag a fast pass for that one as well. And then my second one is the other Star Wars ride. I loved Smuggler's Run. We had so much fun. Again, me and my husband are super competitive. So we had the same job on the ship on the Millennium Falcon, and it was fun to try to see who could be better at that job. The only thing I will say is if you're the engineer, which is what we were, there are a lot of buttons flashing. And so it's kind of hard to like do your job and watch the screen. So I think if you could get one of the other jobs, you might have a better experience. That being said, it was super fun. If you have a problem with like motion simulators making you sick, like my husband does not like Star Tours because the 3D and the motion kind of makes him lightheaded and he kind of feels nauseous afterwards. This one didn't affect him, so it probably is better for those sort of things. But it's so much fun. I really liked it. It's such a fun story. Tons of great characters in it. The animatronics in the beginning are amazing. And it was such a fun ride. We waited like 40 minutes-ish for it, and that was totally worth it. I don't know if I would wait more than, again, 2 hours. I don't know if there's any ride at Magic Kingdom or at any of the parks that are worth waiting over 2 hours for. You could definitely get on some other rides and try to snag a fast pass for those rides. That's probably your way to go, but that one's so much fun, so we love that. And that one is on the fast pass system now, so again, it might be easier to get on the ride now that there's a fast pass for it. And I'm pretty sure Rock and Roller Coaster and Smuggler's Run both have single riders lines too, so if you don't care that you're getting split up from your party, that might be the way to go too. But yeah, those are all my favorite rides currently. I could talk about Disney rides forever. I love Disney, but okay, so we're gonna move on. All right, so the next things I'm going to talk about are my favorite accessories currently. I'm wearing my Spirit jersey, which I love, but there are definitely some favorite things for, you know, it's always fun to get the Disney themed things to wear to the park and have your whole like Disney themed outfit. I think I really enjoy doing that. I don't Disney bound or anything like that, but I do love, you know, getting different shirts for different parks. Like I have an Animal Kingdom shirt, I have a Magic Kingdom shirt, I have an Epcot shirt, you know what I mean? I like to wear certain things to different parks. That might be weird, I don't know, but I love it. So some of my favorite things right now are the backpacks. So I do have a cheaper alternative that I'll share with you in a second, but I'm lucky enough that I got a Loungefly backpack for my birthday, and I love this one specifically. This is the Belle Bronze color, and I just love this backpack. I think it's so pretty and simple, but it's still like super Disney. I don't like the fully sequenced ones. They're just a little bit too much for my personal style, but I loved this one with just a little bit of sequence. I love the black and the bronze together, and this backpack size is perfect to hold everything you need for Disney. I am sorry, but you don't need a bigger backpack than this. Unless you have a child with you, like a baby, you don't need a bigger backpack than this for Disney, in my opinion. You can really fit everything you need in a bag like this. So that's just my opinion though, but this is just, I'm obsessed with this bag. They make tons of other cute Loungefly bags too, but this just happens to be my current favorite. That being said, they do make cheaper backpacks that look like Loungeflies. Like I've showed before, I have a cheetah print backpack that looks a lot like a Loungefly, and it even has little Mickey Mouses all over it, like kind of like hidden in the cheetah print, and it was a lot cheaper than a Loungefly. So if that's not something you want to spend your money on, but you want a Disney backpack, I would just take your time and look around the park. I found that in Animal Kingdom, and it was like half the price of a Loungefly, and it almost looked exactly the same. I will say the quality is not quite as nice as this Loungefly, but still super cute, way more affordable. So there are options, but I just love this Loungefly in particular, so I just want to share that with you. All right, and then I have some favorite ears currently. Neither of them I own, but I'm considering them. They're super cute. So I'm gonna pop some pictures up on the screen of them. The first one are these red ones. They're just like plain red, and I just think they're really pretty and cute. I think they would go with a ton of Disney outfits. A lot of Disney has red in them for some reason, probably because Mickey and Minnie wear red. But I just think they're super cute and plain red. And I just really, really like them. But I like that they're one solid color, but they're not like solid black or like a crazy color. I think the red's really, really nice. And yeah, I just really like the red ones. I don't have much more to say about them except that they're super pretty. And then the other ears I'm currently obsessed with and considering getting are these ones. These are actually the tightrope walker pattern, like on her dress from the Haunted Mansion. So when you go into the stretching room, there's the tightrope walker, and she's, if you haven't been to the Haunted Mansion, I won't spoil it for you, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. I love her and her dress. I always loved her dress, and now they make these ears with that pattern on it, and the bow's kind of off to the side. I just think they're super cute, and if you love the Haunted Mansion like I do, I think these ones are just like super cute and different. I haven't seen a lot of people wearing them around the parks. And I just think they're really cute. And if you know the Haunted Mansion, I think you'll love these. They're definitely not everyone's style, but I think they're super cute, and I just love the tightrope walker, so I love those currently. So the last kind of clothing accessory thing that I am loving right now is this retro line from Disney. So I actually have one of the tank tops in this line. This is the one I got, and I just love it. I think the whole line is super cute. I'll pop a picture up on the screen of the Spirit jersey, because that's the other thing I love from this line. I don't really need another Spirit jersey, but they're so cute, and I just love this whole retro vibe thing they got going. There's just a ton of cute things in this line. So if you're looking for something fun and a little bit different, I think it's a great line to shop from. And I just think it's all super cute. So that's kind of my last favorite accessory clothing thing currently at Disney. It's super cute. I'm obsessed. All right. So the next things I'm going to get into are kind of some food and some drinks, and then I'm going to talk about my favorite bars on property. Not all this stuff is for people under 21, but me and my husband like to go and, you know, have a few drinks and stuff. It's super fun. So I'm going to talk about food first though, and then if you're under 21, you can leave this video if you want, or stick around for maybe you're going to celebrate your 21st birthday soon. So my favorite food / snacks kind of on property, and I'm talking about specifically on property, like in the parks. There are tons of great restaurants in the hotels and at Disney Springs with tons of good food in them, but if I talked about all that, we would be here forever. So I'm just going to talk about my in the parks favorite snacks. We love to grab them. They're so good. So the first one is I think it's at Sleepy Hollow Tavern. If I'm wrong, I will pop the name up on the screen if I'm wrong of where it's at. But this is the spicy chicken and waffles sandwich. This thing is so good. We've gotten it for breakfast. I've gotten it for lunch. If you like chicken and waffles, this is good. If you don't, you might still like it, because it's not just like your typical chicken and waffles. It does have a spice to it. They put this really amazing slaw on it, and it's in sandwich form, and it's just, oh, it's so good. The waffles aren't super sweet or anything. They kind of just act as the bread for the chicken, and oh, it's just so good. Me and my husband love it. We tend to share it because it is pretty big, so if you're getting it as a snack, you probably should. I mean, my husband and I eat a lot, and we can share it and be okay, so we just really like it. It comes with chips, and it's just a super yummy snack. It is hot though, so if you're there on like a 100-degree day, you might not want it. But, you know, maybe you would, because it's that good. It's so good. We get it almost every time we're there. It's such a good treat. Unfortunately, there is no mobile order at that location though, so you do have to wait in line. But it usually goes pretty fast, so that's a good thing, because it is a quick service. And we just really love that sandwich. The next thing I love is kind of a treat, kind of a drink, so I'm kind of fudging this one. But it's the Peter Pan float. This is at, it's not the Friar's Nook, it's the one right now, Storybook Treats. That's what it's called, I'm pretty sure. Again, if I'm wrong, I'll put the name of it up on the screen. But this is so tasty in my opinion. I'll pop pictures of, if I have pictures of these things, I'll pop them up on the screen as I'm talking about them. But this is like a key lime Dole Whip, which I love Dole Whip. And Dole Whip, by the way, is dairy free. And I'm pretty sure it's vegan too, but it is dairy free. I know that for sure. So if you have issues with dairy like I do, you can still have your Dole Whip, which makes me so happy. So it's like key lime Dole Whip on like in Sprite, and then it's got a chocolate feather in it. I didn't eat the chocolate feather. I gave it to my husband, but it's so tasty. It was so refreshing on a hot day, and if you love lime things, this is great, because the key lime Dole Whip is a little bit tartar and a little bit more sour, but when you mix it in with the Sprite, it's perfect, because the Sprite's a little sweeter and it's just so cold and refreshing and tasty. I kind of ate it separately at first, so I had like a little bite of the Dole Whip and then I had a sip of the Sprite, and that's kind of how I was eating it. And then when I got down far enough, I just kind of mixed it all together and just drank it, and it was so tasty and, like I said, so refreshing. So if you're looking for a nice cold snack treat sort of thing, this is a great one, and I really enjoyed it. And then my last favorite is the Colossal Cinnamon Roll over in Animal Kingdom. I do not remember the name of the takeout window that this is from, so I'll leave it up on the screen here. They have weird names, so I just can't remember them. But this thing is huge and so tasty. So definitely split this one. Me and my husband again split this, and it's plenty for both of us. But it's such a good cinnamon roll. A cinnamon roll is always so soft. And they put this like caramel drizzle over top of it, and it's just so good. In my opinion, you don't need to ask for anything extra. I know some people like to ask for the extra icing with it, but I think they put plenty on, and it's just so tasty and sweet and big. And it's just the perfect sweet. If you like something sweet for breakfast, this is the perfect sweet treat for breakfast to have if you're in Animal Kingdom, in my opinion. It's so big. It's so worth your money, in my opinion, too, because it's not super expensive like lots of things in Disney are, but you get a ton of it because it's just so big. It's like at least 2 cinnamon rolls, at least. It's probably more than that, but it's so good, and it's so cute. It looks so cute. I know this might be everyone's thing, but it looks so cute on your Instagram stories or wherever you want to put it. It's just, I love it, and it's so tasty. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the over 21 things. If you are over 21, this is the list for you. So I'm gonna talk about my favorite bars first, and then I'll tell you my specifically favorite drinks in them. So right now, my favorite bars are Trader Sam's Grog Grotto. I'm not gonna tell you where it is because half of the fun of going to Trader Sam's is finding it. Most likely, you'll have to wait to get seated. We waited for like an hour and a half. We ended up going to the pool bar at the Polynesian to kind of wait it out, which was fine, and it was so worth the wait. We had so much fun. It's just hilarious in there, and like if you order certain drinks, funny things happen. The waiters are all hilarious. If you're not in a good mood and you don't want to participate in the bar's activities, I would not go there. We were there and a couple of the girls were not having the antics that they were playing around with. They did not look like they were having fun, but going for the antics and like what they're doing in the bar is the whole point. The drinks, of course, are great. They're super tasty. A lot of them come in really cute souvenir cups. Again, I think I have a picture of one, so I'll pop it up on the screen. But half the reason you go is for the silliness and the antics and the things that happen in the bar. So just be prepared for that. But it's so much fun. We really, really love Trader Sam's. So this next one's newer to us, and it's the Enchanted Rose. So this is the redesigned bar in the Grand Floridian. And if you love Beauty and the Beast, you will love this bar. It's so beautiful. It's so elegant, so beautiful, and you can actually go into the library where they have more of like a wine bar area, and you can find little like figurines of, well, they're not little, they're actually pretty big, based off the screen characters from the live action version of the Beauty and the Beast movie. And it's just really fun to kind of like walk around and see all that stuff. And on top of that, the drinks are really good. I always love going into the Grand Floridian because it's just so pretty and beautiful and classic. It's a classic Disney thing. So if you just want to kind of go walk around the Grand Floridian and maybe go to Basin, which is one of my favorite places to get bath bombs, side note, and it was just a fun place to stop. We kind of left the Magic Kingdom and took the monorail over, got a drink, and took the monorail back, and it was great. It was such a nice, relaxing way to kind of get out of the parks but still feel that Disney magic. It was just such a beautiful bar, and the drinks were really good. So I highly recommend checking out the Enchanted Rose. And then my last favorite bar is actually in the park. So this is in the Animal Kingdom. It's attached to Tiffin's, which is an amazing restaurant. If you're looking for a great restaurant in the parks, Tiffin's a good one. But their lounge is called Nomad Lounge, and it is a great bar. We had so much fun. It's so relaxing. If you can sit outside I mean, even inside the bar is super relaxing too. But they have these big oversized chairs and couches, and the drinks are amazing. And you almost forget you're in a theme park because it's just so calm and relaxing back there. And it's just such a nice place to sit and have a drink. That's all you need to know about it. It's just so nice. They do have some really great appetizers as well. And we just really enjoyed just like sitting and having a moment to kind of relax in the park. So it was really nice. I really enjoy Nomad Lounge. And if you're in the park, I would check it out. All right, so last category is my favorite drinks. Again, these are all alcoholic drinks. So if you're over 21, this is for you. So my first favorite is Dole Whips with alcohol in them. So there's kind of two things here. The first is if you were at the Polynesian, I don't know if this is there all the time, but when we were there, we went to the pool bar and they had a lime Dole Whip with tequila. So it was basically a Dole Whip margarita. And if you like margaritas, this is super good. If you like Dole Whip, this is super good. It was just so tasty. I love Dole Whip. So anytime I get to have a Dole Whip, I'm a happy girl. If I can have alcohol on it, even better. This was just a really tasty twist on the Dole Whip, and I really, really enjoyed it. The other place you can get Dole Whip with alcohol is in the Animal Kingdom. Again, I don't remember the name of the stand, but I'll leave it up on the screen. But you can actually get Dole Whip or Dole Whip floats with rum in them. They are so tasty. It is the best way to have Dole Whip, in my opinion. It's just so tasty. I like the Dole Whip, regular Dole Whip with rum. Actually, I like the float too, to be honest. I prefer the dark rum to the coconut or anything, but that's up to you with personal preference. But they're really, really tasty, and I love Dole Whip with alcohol in them. So yummy. So my other favorite drink is in Hollywood Studios at Docking Bay 7. This is, I had to write it down because I knew I would forget what it was. This is the Takodana Quencher. So you can actually mobile order this, which is super nice because that line at Docking Bay 7 can get really long. So just mobile order it, make sure you have your ID with you because they'll check it when you get to the counter to pick it up. But it's a way quicker way to get your drink than waiting in line. But this is just such a beautiful drink. Again, I have a picture of it, so I'll pop it up on the screen here. But it has Bacardi Dragonberry rum in it, blue curacao, simply orange with pineapple and kiwi. That might sound really gross and weird, but let me tell you, it is so refreshing. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly sour. It's just kind of like the perfect refreshing drink. And be careful because you could down that thing real easily, in my opinion. It's just so tasty. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's like, it's kind of fruity, but it's not super fruity. I don't know what makes it kind of sour-y. It might be the blue curacao. It could be the dragonberry rum. I don't know, but it's not overly sweet like you think it would be from reading that. And it's a cool color. It's just a fun drink, and I really enjoy it. Every time we're in Hollywood Studios, we always stop and grab at least one, usually two, because he wants to share a drink. But it's really fun, and it's a really just cool drink, and we really, really enjoy it. All right, my very last thing is the margaritas, specifically from Cava de Tequila in the Mexico Pavilion. So they do have a couple margarita stands in the Mexico Pavilion, but I like to go inside, and you go down into like the main area, and there's a little bar off to the right, and it's called Cava de Tequila. There's usually a line. You can go in and like sit down, have appetizers, and have your drink at a table. We prefer to just wait and go in and stand at the bar and just grab a drink and leave because it does tend to get crowded in there. But they make some of the best margaritas, and I think the size is worth it too. I know a lot of drinks on Disney property can be expensive and the portion size seems small, and you're like, why did I pay that much money for a beverage? But these ones I think are a better size, and they're just so tasty. They have so many flavors. I love the Paloma trying to think of what else we tried there. We haven't had a bad margarita there yet, and they're just really, really tasty. So if you are in want of a good margarita on Disney property, I would definitely check out Cava de Tequila. So good. We really enjoy them. We try to go every time we're at Epcot. They're just so tasty. And that is all my favorites currently at Disney. I'm sure there are more categories and I could talk for a lot longer, but this video is already going to be super long. If you guys have any questions about Disney or you want any recommendations, maybe you're going on a trip soon, let me know in the comments. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys or give you any advice on Disney. I'm just obsessed. I think I have a lot of Disney knowledge. Who knows? But it's so much fun. So please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. Subscribe if you want to join our little adventure family here. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.